This is a mini diorama of Angkor Wat. They have one in town in Siem Reap. It's essentially the same thing. I drove out to the Rulos temples area. The monuments of Rulos, which served as Indra Varman I's capital, Hari Haralaya, are among the earliest large permanent temples built by the Khmers and mark the dawn of Khmer classical art. Before the construction of Rulos, generally only lighter and less durable construction materials such as brick were employed. Temples can be found 13 kilometers east of Siem Reap. You can go to Kampong Pluk. Floating village. It's down here. Guess the road goes down there, huh?
But not that already. Yes, it's very old.
This is Priya Ko. Did I go to Priya Ko yesterday? No, we're at Priya Ko now. We're at Priya Ko now. Priya Ko was erected by Indra Varman I in the late 9th century and was dedicated to Shiva. Priya Ko was also dedicated to his deified ancestors in AD 880. Front towers relate to male ancestors or gods. Rear towers to female ancestors or goddesses. Lions guard the steps up to the temple. Towers of Priya Ko, sacred ox, feature 3 nandis, sacred oxen, all of whom look like a few steaks have been sliced off over the years. The 6 prasats are stone halls aligned in 2 rows and decorated with carved sandstone and plaster relief face east. The central tower of the front row is a great deal larger than the other towers. Priya Ko has some of the best surviving examples of plasterwork seen at Angkor and is currently under restoration by a German team. There are elaborate inscriptions in the ancient Hindu language of Sanskrit on the doorpost of each tower. D.Y. Prawang, I think it's the same guy, in town. Jambalaya and a crawfish pie. This lacquer place is a workshop. Yeah, D.Y. Prawang, same guy. Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Shazamio. So Priya Vihar is up on a slope. Loi. Lolai. 4 brick towers of Lolai, an almost exact replica of the towers of Priya Ko, although in much worse shape, were built on an islet in the center of a large reservoir, now rice fields, by Yasovarman I, the founder of the first Cambodian, founder of the first city at Angkor. The sandstone carvings in the niches of the temples are worth a look. There's Sanskrit inscriptions on the doorposts. According to one of the inscriptions, the 4 towers were dedicated by Yasovarman I to his mom, his father, and his maternal grandparents on the 12th of July 893. 893. Bante Shri. Bante Shri is much further north. I don't think I'll get to see that today. I should drop off my visa to get renewed now, because it's gonna be a long time coming back from Phnom Penh. He said 5 days. 5 days. It costs $50. I don't think it's worth it to wait till it's up and then I have to wait here longer to get it back, you know. Fill fruit jars. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Bakong. Oh yeah, we were looking at Shriya Bante Shri Temple. Jewel of in Korean art. It's a big long entry for it. Bakong. Where's Bakong? Largest and most interesting of the Rulus group temples, dedicated to Shiva, Indravarman I, representation Mount Meru, dedicated, served as the city's central temple, east-facing complex, 5-tier, central pyramid, sandstone, 60 meters square at the base, flanked by 8 towers of brick and sandstone, and by other minor sanctuaries. Number of the lower towers still partly covered by the original plasterwork. Complex is enclosed by 3 concentric walls and a moat. There are well-preserved statues or stone elephants on each corner of the first 3 levels of the central temple. There are 12 stupas, 3 to each side on the 3rd tier. Sanctuary on the 5th level, Bakong, was a later addition during the reign of Surya Varman II in the style of Angkor Wat Central Tower. There's an active Buddhist monastery here dating back a century or more, which has recently been restored. Can go up here and get a bird's eye view. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Last night, nightlife was better in Siam Reap. I think on the weekend I met at least 3 groups of girls that flew in from Japan, Hong Kong, and the other group from Australia for the weekends. Like, the flights are relatively cheap and it's a cheap holiday, not too far. I don't know about the group from Australia, they didn't say how long they were here. But the other 2 is like they just flew in here, gonna hang out, see Angkor Wat, that's it, go back. I think the Japanese girl said they might go down to Kampot, which actually I think is the quaintest town to see. And in the country that I've been to so far. Studied architecture. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. I know when I feel it dough. So just across the street there from the Rulos. Probably could have just stayed parked where I was. From the miniatures. This temple is Priyako, erected by Indravarman I in the late 9th century, dedicated to Shiva, dedicated to the deified ancestors, I guess, of Injavarman in 880. Front towers relate to male ancestors or gods, rear towers to female. Lions guard the steps up to the temple. You see any lions? Not yet. Towers have sacred ox, 3 Nandis, sacred oxen. Surviving examples of plasterwork seen at Angkor, currently under restoration by German team. 6 prasats, stone halls. That's the lions. What a sacred oxen. There's the oxen, the 3 Nandi. I think they said earlier Nandi were depicted sitting, and then later in Angkor's history they'd be depicted standing. Thought I read that somewhere. But I can't be sure. I'm gonna take some photos before I go.